the other day. Crazy person, and they just and then they another one. It was so weird. I can't believe they decided to do that in front of all those little kids, and then they I can't believe they would say something like that. It's crazy. I almost got into a fight with them over it. The cops were called all because they pulled out their and then we kept going, and then there's another one who did the exact same thing and started. Then they yelled again, like.
Happened right there, but I guess we'll just live with it. Anyway, okay. So, welcome back, and we have our first guest ever. Hallelujah! We finally booked one, and he was free. So sadly, guys, he's not famous yet.
There are plans in the making.
Yeah, there are plans in the making, just like me. Hopefully, I get famous before him.
Rude.
Just kidding.
Rude.
Okay, so today is our 25 favorites versus 25 favorites. And you guys are going to vote on who's the best. And we all know it's going to be mine. So
We don't know that for sure.
we know it for sure. We know it for sure.
Maybe.
Okay, so we're going to start off with number 1 to 25. I know that's reverse order, but my rules, who cares?
We do it our own way.
Dawson, start us off with your number 1.
Number 1 favorite movie, Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, that was released in 2008. And must I say, excellent movie. Very
Okay.
well.
Give us a plot definition.
Okay, plot definition. When the menace known as the Joker wreaks havoc and chaos on the people of Gotham, Batman must accept one of the greatest psychological and physical tests of his ability to fight injustice.
Great movie. Just
Very good.
It's the reason we have 10 nominees for Best Picture instead of
Exactly.
the 5, because in 2009 everyone caused a stink about it. So
Yes.
and Christopher Nolan just one director for Oppenheimer, so
Yes.
and producer, and he's getting knighted soon. So
All with good reason.
Yes.
All with very good reason.
Finally. So okay, great. Okay, so I'm doing my number 1, Casablanca, 1942, directed by Michael Curtiz. A cynical expatriate American cafe owner struggles to decide whether or not to help his former lover and her fugitive husband escape the Nazis in French Morocco.
Now, I have not seen Casablanca, but I have listened to your episode about it. Sounds like a very good movie. I do plan on watching it.
It's very good, but it's in black and white, so all you, not millennials, Gen Z, I'm sorry, and I'm one of them. Forgive me, I feel like we lost a bunch of people when I said that. And no, we're not editing that out, so
Oh, dear.
just deal with it.
Suck
Okay.
it up, buttercups.
Yep. Your number 2.
My number 2 is Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, which was released in 2001, directed by Peter Jackson.
Snooze fest.
You... not going to say anything. Not going to say anything.
You should see the group. Yeah.
Okay. Group chats are not getting leaked to anybody.
Yeah, no, they're not getting leaked, but yeah, there are heated arguments.
Yes. So, basically, what happened? Storytelling in it is phenomenal. The score is absolutely amazing. Everyone in that movie was cast to perfection. Like, I can't put into words how good of a movie this is. It is unbelievable. Would easily recommend to anyone who has not seen it.
Also, the Oscar winner for cinematography and original score by Howard Shore. Okay, so my number 2 is Groundhog Day, 1993, directed by Harold Ramis. A narcissistic, self-centered weatherman finds himself in a time loop on Groundhog Day. First read the script, did not know what it was about, thought my computer was crashing. Wrong. Watched the movie. Fantastic. Bill Murray should have been nominated, but no. In 1993. It was a good Oscars, but they did not know what they needed to nominate. Like, original screenplay, come on. No room for Groundhog Day. That's ridiculous. Okay.
Yes. My next movie, now, the way I have done my list is I did franchises, because I believe that most franchises you cannot condense down to where only one movie is your favorite. because you can't just jump in with any one of these movies and know what's going on and understand everything like that. You have to watch them in order to grasp everything. So my next movie is Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, which was released in 2002, directed by Peter Jackson as well. And this one, while Sam and Frodo edge closer to Mordor with the help of the shifty Gollum, the divided fellowship makes a stand against Sauron's new ally, Saruman, and his hordes of Isengard.
Yet another snooze fest.
Oh my! So yes, this one was released in 2002 and had a bit of controversy at release because it released early 2002 after September 11th, and the name of it being The Two Towers. You can see where controversy lied in that.
Yeah, did you know that Patrick and his brother, Patrick Erickson, he and his brother watched that movie, and they were the only two in the theaters?
I can see why.
Yeah.
Yes. But another fantastic movie, carries the story directly where we left off in Fellowship of the Ring. Carries that story very well. Only thing that I don't like about Lord of the Rings is that it doesn't show how much time passes as it does in the books. Like in the first Lord of the Rings, when Gandalf leaves to go do his research in Gondor, in the movie it looks like he's gone for a couple days. Is what it doesn't tell you is that in the books he has gone for 17 years. So Frodo's left.
That's how long the first movie feels.
Oh my
17 years. We're just going with that. Yeah. Okay, anyway.
You're so mean.
I will crap on Lord of the Rings several times in this episode, so just get used to it. Yes. May lose some people for it, but I don't care. Opinions are like... No, I'm just kidding. We're just not going there.
Opinions are like belly buttons. Everyone has them.
Yes, unless you're... No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, anyway. My number 3... Sorry, those were my dogs if you're hearing clacking.
Well, this is why we have the power of editing.
Yes. Okay. So my number 3 is Sunset Boulevard, 1950, directed by Billy Wilder. A screenwriter develops a dangerous relationship with a faded film star, determined to make a triumphant return. So this is a film noir. It's very meta. Very meta. You may be like, oh no, I thought the 2020s were the meta time. No, they were doing it way back. Then it's really good. Fantastic cast. Seen it about too many times. And my 12-year-old brother also likes this movie. So, see, Gen Z, we have hope for you.
Gen Z approved.
Yes, Gen Z approved, and it's black and white in almost 2 hours. So you should be like,
Gen Z
we
approved.
don't like old movies and don't have that long of attention span. You lie.
Okay, my number 4 is Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Another Lord of the Rings. I know what you're gonna say. Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
This one was released in 2003, directed by Peter Jackson once again. Gandalf and Aragorn lead the world of men against Sauron's army to draw his gaze from Frodo and Sam as they approach Mount Doom with the One Ring. Fun fact, when this movie premiered, they set the world record for the longest red carpet in history, and that record was only beat when The Hobbit premiered.
It also won Best Picture in 2003. Sadly, it was on my birth year.
Yes. Sadly, so tragic. One of the greatest movie franchises of all time. So
Still
sad.
can't watch it. Anyway, I'm going to try, but that doesn't mean I'm going to like it. Anyway, number 4 is Broadcast News, 1987, directed by James L. Brooks. Take 2 rival television reporters, one handsome, one talented, both male, and add one producer, a female. Watch the sparks fly. Well, people say it's a romantic comedy. It is not. It stars William Hurt as the handsome one, but he's an idiot. Albert Brooks as the talented one, but Albert Brooks is the voice of Marlin for all of you that don't know who that is. So he's really good. And Holly Hunter, who's Elastigirl, if you don't know who that is. And William Hurt is General Ross from the MCU. So now that you know who those 3 are, you should check out Broadcast News.
Yes.
It is really good. Sorry, I'm breaking it down for all of you who do not know people by names. I'm just referencing their characters.
That's what we do here. We add in random facts.
Yeah, I guess we're fact dropping. That's what I did in our movie that we watched earlier, but we're not going to talk about it because that might be a future episode.
Yes.
We don't want to ruin it for you.
Fantastic movie.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so as we go on to number 5 with me, it also is also another franchise because I am a franchise nerd.
Yeah, I do the artsy fartsy stuff.
Yes.
Well, I do have some franchise stuff on here, but it's not the entire franchise.
Unlike me. So, my number 5 is Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, released in 1999, directed by George Lucas. Two Jedi escape a hostile blockade to find allies and come across a young boy who may bring balance to the Force, but the long dormant Sith resurface to claim their original glory. I cannot read out loud.
No, you're good. I've messed up so many times on my intros. It makes me mad. I spent an hour doing the Groundhog Day intro just so you could know. I messed up that many times. It was a long night. And I didn't even edit it yet. I was just recording. Okay, so do you want to talk about it?
Yes, so this movie, a lot of people were very excited for it because the original trilogy for Star Wars was absolutely massive.
Check out the documentary on Disney Plus.
Yes.
It's phenomenal.
Fantastic. Yes. Ray Park, who played Darth Maul, I must commend him on that role. Absolutely phenomenal. Created such an iconic character, who later went on to be voiced by Sam Witwer in the animated series, and just added so much to that character, and such an iconic character. I want a Darth Maul movie to be made so bad. So if they do, we are covering it on this podcast.
Yeah, but we may be 80 by that time, but
yeah,
I guess we'll still be covering it. Okay, so my number 5 is Back to the Future. 1985 is the release date. Directed by Robert Zemeckis. Marty McFly, a 17-year-old high school student, is accidentally sent 30 years into the past in a time-traveling DeLorean invented by his close friend, the maverick scientist, Doc Brown. Okay, it's a phenomenal movie. Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd. Michael J. Fox still kicking, thank God, even though he has horrible Parkinson's, but he just got an honorary Oscar last year or the year before, which I'm really glad. And the BAFTA just gave him an award in February, I think. And it was a really good acceptance speech for that. And my brothers love this movie, and my youngest brother saw it a few months ago. Had to watch all of them. Hated that it ended on a cliffhanger each time, but he'll be okay because he watched all 3 and he loves them. Yes. Except our middle brother, he's seen it more than both of us, and that's kind of scary.
Yeah. And it made the DeLorean an iconic car.
Yeah, which is sad because they went bankrupt either right after the movie or sometime while the movie was getting made. So not a long-lived car, but that's great.
Very iconic.
Very iconic.
Yes. My number 6 is Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, released in 2002, directed by George Lucas once again. 10 years after initially meeting, Anakin Skywalker shares a forbidden romance with Padme Amidala, while Obi-Wan Kenobi discovers the secret clone army created for the Jedi. So, a lot of people criticize this movie over the very cringy writing, and I will say the cringy writing is cringy, but it fits the movie's story. It fits how Anakin is not used to being around other people that often because he's normally off alone on missions just with Obi-Wan, and you can tell by watching the animated series that Obi-Wan is a very, very take the lead type person, and so it's understandable why he's not the best at talking to people and that kind of stuff.
All I remember is that Ewan McGregor was awesome, and that's about it. Because I've seen the movie about twice, and that was ages ago. So
you need to fix that.
I probably do. I have Disney Plus, but I'm not using it for Star Wars.
You should.
Oops, I'm using it for Hulu. Sorry, that's a plug for that. Just letting you know.
Oopsies.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So my number 6 is Singing in the Rain, 1942. Directed by Stanley Donen and Gene Kelly, who is also the star of the movie. Gene Kelly, not Stanley Donen. Also starring Debbie Reynolds, who is Carrie Fisher's mom, and Donald O'Connor. Okay, the plot is a silent film star falls for a chorus girl just as his as he and his delusionally jealous screen partner tried to transition into talking pictures in the 1920s Hollywood. So this is when everything's transferring to sound from the silent years, and it's a musical. It's funny. It's got great points, great plot, and it's also very meta. The 50s were evidently very meta, and we somehow lost it, and we brought it back, and then we're slowly losing it again by putting it in the franchises. But anyway, sorry, that's my tangent on franchises. But okay,
Trends come and go.
yeah,
So.
like clothes.
Yes. And Friends. We don't talk about them.
Okay, continue.
Yes. My number 7, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, released in 2005. Very good year, must I say.
Yes, that's the year we were blessed with the end of VHS. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Dawson Dillard was born.
Wow, thanks.
I'm sorry.
Directed by George Lucas once again. 3 years into the Clone Wars, Obi-Wan pursues a new threat while Anakin is lured by Chancellor Palpatine into a sinister plot to rule the galaxy. Once again, this movie was criticized for Hayden Christensen's acting, which was not deserved. Very good movie, and carries the story of
He's
the previous
making
two.
a comeback. So
Yes, very good comeback.
I guess they're forgiving him for that.
Yes. Carries the story of the previous two and rounds off the prequel trilogy and to help build the world of Star Wars very well, I must say.
And he kills a bunch of kids. And Sam Jackson, which we will not forgive.
We don't
him
talk
for.
about the kids.
He
We
killed
don't talk
Sam Jackson. We're not forgiving him for that. Anyway, and Natalie Portman dies.
We don't talk about the death of the children.
Sorry,
okay?
there are spoilers for these movies, so if you're like, oh no, I hadn't watched it, well, the movie's been out too long for you not to watch it.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's your problem.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I sound like a jerk, but it's the honest truth. It's the honest truth. And you have Google. How would you have not known how this ends? Anyway, Vertigo, number 7, released in 1958, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, the great master of suspense. A former San Francisco police detective juggles wrestling with his personal demons and becoming obsessed with the hauntingly beautiful woman he's been hired to trail, who may be deeply disturbed, not deserved. Sorry. It's a very layered movie. Not meta, but just lots of themes, and there's a lot going on. You have to watch it like a bajillion times to get everything.
Almost like Inception.
Yes, it is very much the 50s version of Inception. Yes.
So Christopher Nolan plagiarized.
No, not really. There's no like going into
I know.
dreams, but yes, it's very much a mind bender. Yeah, messes with the brain, but it's really good. Great performances by Jimmy Stewart, Kim Novak, and the very, very underrated Barbara Bel Geddes, who plays Midge. She's phenomenal. She got Oscar nomination for that movie, but you know, what does the Academy know? Oops, I shouldn't have said that because I'm impressed.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. Anyway, well there that went. Okay.
Yeah. Bye, Academy.
Yeah, I know. There went my Oscars press pass.
You're going to the Academy dungeon.
Yes, I am.
My number 8 is Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, released in 1977, directed by George Lucas. Luke Skywalker joins forces with a Jedi Knight, a cocky pilot, a Wookiee, and 2 droids to save the galaxy from the Empire's world-destroying battle station, while also attempting to rescue Princess Leia from the mysterious
Did you
Darth
skip
Vader.
A New Hope?
I said A New Hope.
Oh, sorry. I heard Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Forgive me,
Rude.
listeners. I interrupted him so rudely
Yes.
because I zoned off and heard Empire Strikes Back.
Yes. So this is when we were introduced to the fantastic Star Wars universe and the wonderful mind of George Lucas. This movie went through production hell, basically.
That's the best term you can put
Yeah.
it, because Alan Ladd Jr., who is the head of Fox, kept forking out money to George Lucas, and it was stressful, but it was very good because he got nominations at the Oscars for Best Picture, surprisingly, beat by
Yes.
Annie Hall, who was made by Woody Allen, but we're not going to talk about that. Also won for Original score for John Williams, which is deserved beyond belief. John Williams will be popping up a lot more in this episode because he's awesome.
Yes.
And it also won for visual effects as well and sound by Ben Burt, who will also be appearing later in this episode.
Yes, and must I say, Darth Vader is easily the greatest movie villain of all time, in my opinion.
Oh, I've got one coming up in the next one that I'm going to say that might trump Vader, but you may be like, oh,
Well,
I mean,
yes.
Yeah, opinions are subjective, so it
Yes.
just depends on who's viewing it. Okay, so my number 8 is Misery, released in 1990 by Rob Reiner. After a famous author is rescued from a car crash by a fan of his novels, he comes to realize that the care he's receiving is only the beginning of a nightmare of captivity and abuse. So, it stars James Caan, who is Buddy's dad from Elf, for those who don't know who that is, and also Sonny Corleone in the Godfather movie. He's not in the rest of the movies, sadly, because we all know how that ends in number 1. And, of course, Kathy Bates, who's a Tennessee native. And she won the Oscar for this movie.
Tennessee.
And the only Oscar for a Stephen King movie. Yeah. And she's horrifying as Annie Wilkes, who is his number 1 fan, who is a nurse, who has all the power. She's built like a football player, and the poor guy is just, the sledgehammer scene. Just watch that, folks.
Yeah.
Watch the sledgehammer scene. Yeah, that'll mess you up. But I also call it my favorite Christmas movie because I also watch it every Christmas. Because there's snow, so I associate it with Christmas, sadly. Not Groundhog Day. I don't associate that with Christmas, even though that has snow. But Misery, yes. I don't know why. But I do.
My number 9 is Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
Best Star Wars movie ever.
Yes. Released in 1980, directed by Irvin Kershner. After the rebels are overpowered by the Empire, Luke Skywalker begins his Jedi training with Yoda, while his friends are pursued across the galaxy by Darth Vader and a bounty hunter, Boba Fett. Boba Fett had very little screen time, yet became such an iconic character off of this movie. Went on to have his own TV show, multiple video game appearances. Just such an iconic character for such a short amount of time on screen.
No, I didn't see the TV show. Was that after he died, or was that like before?
It spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it. It shows in the TV show how he survives.
Oh, okay. Because I knew that he supposedly died in the next one you'll be talking about. But yeah, fantastic Star Wars movie. And I always think about, can't take the Yoda scene of him training Luke without thinking about that bad lip reading video. Those seagulls.
Yes.
It's so funny. That's great. You need to watch those seagulls on YouTube.
Seagulls Stop It Now by Bad Lip Reading on YouTube.
Yeah. We're plugging a lot of things.
Yes.
But you need to check these out. They're great.
We're plugging them with good reason.
Yes. We're not getting paid for this, just letting you know. No one is sponsoring this. Okay. Yet. Okay. So my number 9 is On Golden Pond, directed by Mark Rydell, released in 1981, starring Henry Fonda, Katharine Hepburn, and Jane Fonda, Henry Fonda's daughter. Norman is a curmudgeon with an estranged relationship with his daughter Chelsea. At Golden Pond, which is where they vacation, he and his wife agreed to take care of Billy, the son of Chelsea's new boyfriend and fiance, soon to be husband at the end of the movie, but oops, I spoiled that. Not really that big of a deal because we don't see them get married. And a most unexpected relationship blooms. So this movie is about relationships mostly. It made Mom cry, so she hadn't seen it. I'd seen it like 10 times, and I cry every time I watched it. And I'm like, Mom, you need to watch it. And after it was over, she said, "Why did you make me watch this? I hate you so much." And I was like, "No, I'm sorry." But we also had a lot going on with our family at that time, so it was probably some of that bubbling up. But it was a fantastic movie. Just basically relationships and how you need to make them last and how important they are. So
it is very important to stay close with one another in a relationship and communicate things.
It's about marriage. It's about parenting. It's about friendship. It's about all the ships you can
Yes.
have. So
Make sure you pronounce the P in that, or else someone might.
All
the ships.
I'm trying to enunciate that. That way no one thinks I'm talking about any other vulgar things. But anyway, continue.
Yes, my number 10, Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, released in 1983, directed by Richard Marquand. I'm probably butchering these names, I'm sure
It's
I am.
okay. I've done worse.
After rescuing Han Solo from Jabba the Hutt, the rebels attempt to destroy the second Death Star while Luke struggles to help Darth Vader back from the dark side. Very, very fantastic movie. This is where we discover that
Carrie Fisher does not look good in that outfit. We all know that.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Hey, I'm a Star Wars nerd
He
for a reason.
clearly has some feelings about that. We're
Yes.
not discussing those.
Yes.
This is a family show.
This
Well, actually, it's not really, because one of my later picks is not sound family friendly. But anyway.
Yes. This is where we discover, obviously, since the prequel trilogy was released beforehand, this is where we discover that Darth Vader is actually Anakin Skywalker, and that he was meant to save the Jedi, and that things went horribly wrong before he was able to do that. He paid some big prices before saving the Jedi, to say the least.
My phone is dinging,
Oh.
and it must be connected to this. So, listeners, I'm sorry if you're hearing my... Yes, it was. So, if you heard any dings or anything like that, it was connected to the soundboard. So, I forgive you for hearing ding and whatnot after that. So, God, I can't edit that stuff out, I don't think. Okay, so my number 10 is The Silence of the Lambs. Released in 1991, directed by Jonathan Demme, starring Anthony Hopkins, who is Odin from the MCU, for those who don't know who he is. Jodie Foster, she does not do any franchises, so I'm sorry if you don't know who that is, shame on you. And Ted Levine, who is Captain Stottlemyre from Monk, if you want to know who that is. Okay, so a young FBI cadet must receive the help of an incarcerated and manipulative cannibal serial killer to help catch another serial killer, a madman who skins his victims. It is a phenomenal movie. I've seen it like 10 times or better. I own the Criterion. It's phenomenal. Won Best Picture. Was the last movie to win the Big Five: actor, actress, director, screenplay, and picture. No one has done it since in 33 years. And phenomenal performances by everyone. And Anthony Hopkins beat James Earl Jones into the number one spot as the greatest villain of all time on the AFI list. Darth Vader's number 2, but Hannibal Lecter's number 1. How they did that, I don't know, because he's not actually the real villain in the movie. So, just let you know.
Yes, Anthony Hopkins, fantastic performance, phenomenal actor, very, very good movie.
Yeah, they won all the Oscars were deserved. I dare you to tell me otherwise.
He'll fight you over it.
Yes, I will.
Yes. My number 11, we begin another franchise. We do not talk about the Disney Star Wars movies. We begin another franchise, is How to Train Your Dragon, released in 2010, directed by Chris Snyders and Dean, I want to say DeBlois.
DeBlois? I do not know. I'm sorry, Dean.
Yes.
We do not know your last name.
Google it and you can read it for
yes,
yourself.
Put it in translate and it'll be like, we'll go with that.
A helpless young Viking who aspires to hunt dragons becomes the unlikely friend of a young dragon himself and learns that there may be more to the creatures than he assumed. So this is a very good story of figuring out what you want to do with your life other than what people want you to do. Because everybody in his village was wanting him to become a dragon hunter, killer, and he figures for himself that that's not what he wants to do. And I must say, greatest overall score for a movie I have ever heard.
Nominated for the Oscar.
Yes.
Did not win. Let's look and
Sadly,
see.
sadly, did not win.
Let's see what won that year. I'm gonna research it. Keep talking.
Yes, the score is fantastic. It could not fit any better. It's unbelievably good. I listen to it by itself just with how amazing it is. It fits the action, the cinematography, like it fits everything so well. The story is unbelievably good. I absolutely adore these movies and grew up watching them and just can't get enough of
The
them.
winner of 2010 was Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross of Nine Inch Nails for their score for The Social Network, directed by David Fincher. So, yeah, that's a pretty tough one to beat. They also won for Soul, which will not be appearing on this list, but I just had to drop it because that's a really good film score. And I have not seen The Social Network yet, but I've seen a lot of David Fincher movies, and I know it's going to be good. And it's Aaron Sorkin, so there we go. And it lost animated feature to Toy Story 3 that year, so yeah, that was a phenomenon in itself. Okay, my number 11 is Who Framed Roger Rabbit, released in 1988, directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Bob Hoskins and Kathleen Turner, many other familiar faces such as Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, and whatnot. Dawson just yawned, averted it from the microphone. You didn't think I was going to rat you out for it?
Thanks.
When a cartoon rabbit is accused of murder, he enlists the help of a burnt-out private investigator to prove his innocence. I started watching Chinatown, directed by Roman Polanski, who we will not talk about either. Yeah, they're very similar movies, but it's fantastic. One of the best, and not for children. Why I watched that as a child, I have no idea, but it's so full of some innuendos and everything. Should have never watched it, but lo and behold, I did.
Yes, as someone who loves visual effects, I would say the blending of practical and visual effects in that movie is fantastic.
Yeah, it won editing, which is hard to do when you animate something into a movie with live action. It won editing, got a special award for the visual, for the animation. I think it won visual effects itself. I can't think. It won a lot of awards. It was very much, the Oscars love that movie, so good, because I love it too, and it's really good. Don't let people tell you otherwise.
Yes. My number 12 is How to Train Your Dragon 2, which was released in 2014, and once again directed by Dean DeBlouse, probably butchering that again. When Hiccup and Toothless discover an ice cave that is home to hundreds of new wild dragons and the mysterious dragon rider, two friends find themselves at the center of a battle to protect the peace. Once again, Howard Shore knocked it out of the park with the score.
It was John Powell.
I am so ashamed of myself right now. I'm just gonna.
Was it John Powell?
It is now.
Are you sure?
I was thinking Howard Shore because you said it earlier, talking about Lord of the Rings. That was on my mind. I'm so ashamed of myself.
Are you sure?
It is John Powell.
Are you sure it's John Powell?
Yes.
Okay, hang on.
I'm so ashamed.
Hang on.
I'm so
Hang on,
ashamed
look
of myself.
Yeah, okay, here
I'm
we
just
go.
gonna go home.
No, you're not. Well, it is like right down the road, but still. Okay, yes, it is John. I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Okay. Just all the
John Powell.
All the movie score nerds went no right when you said it was Howard Shore.
I hope.
You're gonna get hate mail. Don't release your address.
I don't plan on.
Don't release your address.
People
are
gonna show up to my house.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, how dare you?
Yes.
I'm going to get hate mail for this episode because like, not Howard Shore.
Yes.
Not Howard. But yeah, okay.
It's very. But
we're human. Okay.
Yes.
We're
Everybody
human.
makes
Okay.
mistakes.
Okay.
Yes. Fantastic movie. Made me cry a little bit when Stoic kicked the bucket. Not literally, for those of you who are just not the brightest. No offense.
Yeah. Okay. At least he said that.
Fixes everything. But how I very much, because of these movies, it makes me want to have a Viking funeral. I will say that much.
Yeah, they are fun. Just
yes.
set your body off.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the first animated movies that I really, really just got lost while watching. Just got into the movie, put myself into the shoes of the character and everything like that. and that's when I really started to begin to like movies and love them and understand like this what like stories they have and everything because of these How to Train Your Dragon movies.
The power of cinema.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So my number 12 is It's a Wonderful Life, released in 1946, directed by Frank Capra. It stars Jimmy Stewart or James Stewart, Donna Reed, Lionel Barrymore, Thomas Mitchell, a whole slew of actors that are great. An angel is sent from heaven to help a desperately frustrated businessman by showing him what life would have been like if he had never existed. This plot from IMDb just does not do this movie justice at all. It is so much more than that. It is about family. It is about dreams. It is about all kinds of stuff. It's a great movie, and is also what life would be like if you didn't exist. But it's a movie with many themes. Great Christmas movie to watch. My sister hates watching at Christmas time, and watch the black and white version, not the color version. I have it on DVD. I've wore the black and white one out. Haven't touched the color side, so that tells you something.
I cry every time I see that movie. It makes me
beautiful.
It's so.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. It just makes you want to cry. Okay,
going on to my number 13. Once again, How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World, released in 2019, directed by Dean DeBlouse. 2019.
I can feel him cringing.
Oh, I know.
Wherever he
I am
is, like,
butchering. I'm butchering that pronunciation so bad. Born and raised in the South.
Yeah, these Southerners are not educated.
When Hiccup discovers Toothless isn't the only Night Fury, he must seek the hidden world, a secret dragon utopia, before a hired tyrant named Grimmel finds it first. So yes, this movie, at the end, I cried like a baby. Because the relationship between Hiccup and Toothless is so strong that it seems, as to me, that it goes beyond just pet and owner. It goes to friends and family, and such a deep relationship there that when Hiccup has to let Toothless go and be off on his own, it's so sad. It's so sad.
Great use of words. Also, yet another Toy Story film beat this at best.
It's not
best
right.
animated feature. It was Toy Story 4.
It's not right.
Yeah, I know.
It's not fair.
DreamWorks cannot get a win. They won with Shrek the first year. They beat Monsters Inc. And then it was Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit in 05, and I don't know who they beat in 05. I don't think Pixar released anything, and then after that, they haven't won anything since.
It's not right.
It's sad.
It's not fair.
My number 13 is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, released in 1975, directed by Milos Forman, starring Jack Nicholson, Louise Fletcher, Danny DeVito, Christopher Lloyd, and Brad Dourif. In the fall of 1963, a Korean War veteran and criminal pleads insanity and is admitted to a mental institution where he rallies the scared patients against a tyrannical nurse. So, this nurse, I have a lot of villains from the American Film Institute villain list, not on purpose, but these movies are really good and they have really good bad guys. But I was listening to Unspooled, which we're also plaguing, but I'm plaguing. I don't know if Dawson's ever heard it, but it's great, with Amy Nicholson and Paul Scheer. Phenomenal. Their episode, they were talking about how Nurse Ratched is actually, like, redeemable or whatnot. I do not think she is. She's a wicked, wicked woman. She would not let them watch baseball. She's wicked. And Jack Nicholson dies, for those who don't know, and Chief escapes, and he's the one who flew over the cuckoo's nest. And that's the meaning of the movie. And I cried and cheered, but I also cried. I cried because Jack Nicholson died, and I cried and cheered because Chief escaped. So that's that. And produced by Michael Douglas, aka Hank Pym, and he won his first Oscar for that, as for producing, but he won an acting one in 1987 for Wall Street, which is not on this list. But Michael Douglas, great actor.
Might be in a future episode.
Maybe, who knows?
Only one way to find out. Alright. My number 14 is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. In overseas, it was the Philosopher's Stone.
I had that written on there, and I had to edit that. I was
Yes.
like, that's what it was reading on the Wikipedia. Curse you, Wikipedia. But anyway, I was like, oh, that's what it is. And then it's like Sorcerer's Stone. I'm like, which one is it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I reverted it back to Sorcerer's Stone.
Yes. It was released in 2001, directed by Christopher Columbus. Not the Christopher Columbus that comes to mind when you first hear that name.
No, this is the Christopher Columbus who did Home Alone, Home
Yes.
Alone 2, Mrs. Doubtfire. That Christopher Columbus.
Yes.
And the writer of Gremlins, for those who don't know.
Yes. So, an orphan boy enrolls in a school of wizardry where he learns the truth about himself, his family, and the terrible evil that haunts the magical world. A very, very good story of coming to age and figuring things out for yourself once again, just like the How to Train Your Dragon movies, and just a fantastic story of discovering who you are. And I must say, Daniel Radcliffe did a fantastic job playing Harry Potter. Could not have picked a better person for that role. Just phenomenal job. All supporting actors and actresses.
He's killing it on Broadway right now.
Yes.
And Merrily We Roll Along.
Yes.
Fantastic soundtrack. I listen to that all the time.
Yes. And once again, must mention John Williams.
Phenomenal score.
The score is
Oh,
fantastic.
great
So
score.
iconic as well.
Yes.
Play it, instantly knows what
Yeah.
it is. And fun fact, the score that everybody recognizes from Harry Potter is actually his Owl's theme, Hedwig's theme.
Yeah. That's crazy how one little score can be that impactful. So, my number 14 is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Released in 1991. Directed by James Cameron, the master. Oh, it's great movie. Until he did Avatar, like the 5 movies. I'm not thrilled about that. But from, I want to say, Aliens to, no, from Terminator 1 all the way to Titanic. Those were the good years. That's when we had the good James Cameron. But anyway, a cyborg identical to the one who failed to kill Sarah Connor must now protect her 10-year-old son, John, from an even more advanced and powerful cyborg. Number one, her son does not look or sound 10 years old in this movie. Edward Furlong looks and sounds 14, 13, but movie magic, we kind of, you just suspend your, you just,
Suspension of disbelief.
yeah, just, don't believe it. And Robert Patrick is so cold as the T-1000, I think, and then
T-1000.
T-1000, I think, and then Arnold's just awesome, and so is, why did my mind just blank? Linda Hamilton, there we go, as Sarah Connor. They're both awesome.
Yes.
Kick some major butt. Yeah, just a fantastic movie.
The visual effects in that movie were revolutionary when it came to the T-1000 and
It's just phenomenal. And there's nothing like watching this movie with someone who hasn't seen it before, because I watched it with my cousin and his mouth was on the floor the entire time we watched the movie.
Yes.
I fell asleep though, like in the last 15 minutes, but I already seen it before, so I knew how it ends. But he was still awake watching the whole thing, and once it was over, he was like, "That movie was great. Why hadn't I seen that before?" So yeah, it was a great movie.
I'm realizing, looking at my list, how repetitive it is, because of how many franchises I did and how many movies there are in those franchises. I am now realizing how horribly repetitive my list is in comparison
I told
to
you
yours.
He was very franchisey.
Yes.
Mine's like
Yes.
artsy.
Yes,
Just like,
you're
mine's like, this movie has meaning, and he's like, this movie made a ton of money. Let's put it on the list.
It's very popular. Let's go with that one. But like I said, you can't just watch these movies by themselves. You have to watch them in order. So my number 15 is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which was released in 2002, once again directed by Christopher Columbus. An ancient prophecy seems to be coming true when a mysterious presence begins stalking the corridors of a school of magic and leaving its victims paralyzed. So yes, the magical prophecy is the basilisk. The basilisk.
Is
English.
Kenneth Branagh in this movie
I believe so.
as
Uh,
Gilderoy?
Lockhart.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I tried to watch this. Okay, so I watched this movie in my room here, got like 20 minutes in, and then I was doing something I didn't come back to it. Then when we went to Guatemala, tried watching it on the way there, got to the same exact spot and didn't continue. And then our way back, also tried watching, got to the same spot, didn't finish. And then when I got home, I finally finished the movie. I kept stopping at like the 30-minute mark. I'm just like, what happened again?
This is the longest Harry Potter movie. It is the only.
That's probably why I kept stopping.
It is. I don't blame you on that one because it is long. I think it's like 2 hours and 50 minutes or something like that. Or
it didn't feel that way once it got going, but the first 20 minutes, my God.
Yes, it's over. I know it's easily over 2.5 hours. This is also the only Harry Potter movie with a post-credit scene.
Dang it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
It's the only one. However, the post-credit scene directly ties into the books, and the post-credit scene has no correlation to the rest of the movies.
Okay.
So it's not important that you see it.
I'm not too worried now that I missed it.
Yeah. It's just kind of like if you have read the books, it's kind of just like a little nudge, like, hey, looky here.
Okay, so my number 15 is none other than the 2008 classic WALL-E, directed by Andrew Stanton. What a phenomenal movie! I saw this in the theaters when I was about, I think it's like 4, and I just remember being like, oh, this is the prettiest thing I ever saw.
Yes,
Space, WALL-E, and it's actually a romance movie if you think about it. They do share a kiss. They go on little dates. It's just when Eve shuts down though, it's really funny though because he's just like taking her everywhere.
Yes.
And he tries to hold her hand, and then she pinches him, and he's like, ah! That's really great. It's cute, and it's just a great movie. But I didn't even read the synopsis. Shame on me. Okay, I just skipped right over it. Went
if you have not seen this movie, you have not had a childhood.
Yes,
best way to put it.
Yeah, it's not to be rude, but. Yes, definitely. In the distant future, a small waste-collecting robot named WALL-E inadvertently embarks on a space journey that will ultimately decide the fate of mankind. Great movie. Ben Burtt, the sound designer for the Star Wars films, is the voice of WALL-E. And
also the voice of R2-D2.
Oh, yes, great. Yeah, see, he's just sneaking up on us everywhere. Yes. So, and he's the guy who also... gave us lightsaber sounds and
R2
blast sounds.
Darth Vader's breathing.
Barbed wire fence. If you just watch that. I don't remember if it was on the Empire Dreams documentary. It was. Okay, yes. That's what I thought it was on.
Darth Vader's breathing is a snorkel.
Yeah. See, you guys really need to watch that. Yes. We will be tagging it on the social media.
Yes, it is a good, roughly 2.5 hour. To like a good way to spend 2.5 hours watching. Yes.
If you are a movie fanatic, you need to watch it. If not, just don't watch it and be clueless.
If you're a sucker for behind the scenes like I am,
yes, you just get the knowledge.
It's the ultimate behind the scenes. Okay, my number 16, like I said, very repetitive, is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which was released in 2004, directed by Alfonso Cuarón, I want to say.
It's Alfonso Cuarón.
Okay, I told you I'm butchering these.
Yeah, see, I know this because he won the Best Director Oscar twice. So.
Yes.
Yeah, Gravity and Roma.
So. Yes. Harry Potter, Ron, and Hermione return to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Icon English, for their 3rd year of study, where they delve into the mystery surrounding an escaped prisoner who poses a dangerous threat to the young wizard.
Isn't that Gary Oldman?
Yes, Gary Oldman kills that role.
He's great.
Also did very good as Jim Gordon in the Dark Knight trilogy.
And as Harry Truman in Oppenheimer, even though he had one scene, I never want to smack someone so hard in my life.
He was actually also in some Call of Duty games. He voiced the character of Victor Reznor.
And he was in an episode of Friends, so he's everywhere.
He is a very, very well-rounded actor.
Yes, he's got the resume.
Yes.
Very much.
Basically, if you want someone who can do anything in a movie, get Gary Oldman.
Yeah, he can be character actor Gary Oldman. He can be leading man Gary Oldman. He can be sly, sneaky Gary Oldman. He can be idiot Gary. He can be anyone you want to be. Just throw him in there and just let him go.
Give him a paycheck and tell him what to do, and you're gonna get it.
He'll understand.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 16 is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Released in 2000, directed by Joel Cohen, written by Joel and Ethan Cohen, who are brothers, starring George Clooney, Holly Hunter, John Goodman, John Turturro, and Blake Nelson, Charles Durning, and a whole other slew of people. In the Deep South during the 1930s, three escaped convicts search for hidden treasure while a relentless lawman pursues them. It is based on the Odyssey by Homer, and George Clooney is great in this movie. Just has to have his Dapper Dan hair gel everywhere they go, and it's a funny movie. Never gets old. Beautifully shot by Roger Deakins. He should have won the Oscar for it, but the Academy. Come on, guys.
I know.
Come on.
I know. And not many people who watch movies respect the cinematography.
Oh no. Yeah, they're just like, oh, the acting was great. It's like, what about the people who shot the actors?
Exactly.
You know,
the camera operators, the
just,
director of photography, like.
Without a writer, you don't have a movie. Without the actors, you don't have a movie. Without the cinematography, you don't have a movie. It's without one thing, you do not have a movie. So appreciate all the craftsmen and women that put their work into the film. So
yes.
Appreciate them.
Yes. Love and respect them.
Respect them. Hard work.
Respect. Power. Banana.
Okay.
That was really dumb. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yes.
We're not talking about.
We can edit that out.
Yeah. No, we'll keep that in. It's actually funny. Okay. Keep going.
Yes. Harry Potter. My number 17 is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which was released in 2005. Very good year. Directed by Mike Newell. Harry Potter finds himself competing in a hazardous tournament between rival schools of magic, but he's distracted by recurring nightmares. A very good movie about dealing with your inner demons and getting past your self problems and finding someone to talk to, because in this movie he finds a very good parental figure and helps a lot with that kind of stuff.
Isn't this the one with Robert Pattinson?
Yes.
Yes, that's fine. Yes. He turns into the other guy, the Russian guy, turns into
Victor
a shark.
Crumb.
Yeah, he turns into a shark. I remember Hermione just being like, "Oh, this guy, must date
Not
him."
again.
Ron was like, "Oh, jeez."
Yes.
There's a lot to talk about there, but
I don't blame Ron for being jealous. It's Emma Watson. Who doesn't find Emma Watson attractive?
not only that, but did you see Victor Crumb? I mean,
Yeah.
what's Ron bringing to the table?
Right?
Sorry, guys. Okay, so
Him being a ginger alone is enough for him to be out of the picture. I can say that I have a ginger friend.
Okay, so my number 17 is Get Out, released in 2017, directed by Jordan Peele, starring Daniel Kaluuya, Allison Williams, Bradley Whitford, Caleb Landry Jones. Did I say Catherine?
What do you have now?
Caleb Landry Jones. Oh, jeez. I hate. He was on The West Wing. Lord help me. Okay. If I don't come back, I'll come back to it, but it's just not coming right now. And Stephen Root. Yeah. A young African-American man visits his white girlfriend's parents for the weekend, where his simmering uneasiness about the reception of him eventually reaches a boiling point. This is just a great way to not ruin the plot, because it is awesome. And it's a very scary movie. Very much. Jordan Peele is just phenomenal. It's funny. It's also very terrifying, but it's very funny as well, and it just makes dating a lot harder, because you just like, oh, is this the right person?
Yeah, you get that fear.
Yeah, people just like, yeah, let's come meet my parents. It's like, should I? Yeah, they like people saying certain things. You're just like, that was weird. So yeah, this movie does not help the dating life at all.
Yes,
it's a great movie. So, if anything, it makes you more aware of who you're dating.
Yes, get to know people.
Yes, get to know them. Don't go to their house. Bring them to your house.
Yes, and if they don't agree, kidnap them. Don't actually do that. That was a joke.
We do not endorse any criminal activity.
Okay, my number 18 is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, released in 2007, directed by David Yates. With their warning about Lord Voldemort's return scoffed at, Harry and Dumbledore are targeted by the wizard authorities as an authoritarian bureaucrat slowly seizes power at Hogwarts.
Oh my gosh, Imelda Staunton. Whatever.
Very, very good performance in this movie. Cannot watch any of her other movies because how much she made me hate her character. I can't help but think of Dolores Umbridge every time I see her, and I can't watch any other movie with her in it.
It makes me want to smack her so bad. She's just like, I was watching the movie, she's just like, and I'm like, oh, this woman.
I would backhand her so quickly.
I know.
Equal rights, equal lefts. That's all I gotta say to that.
And I'm pretty sure all you ladies out there would agree that she deserved the backhand. She was a horrible human being. Too much pink too. Like,
oh my word!
Like she was doused with Pepto-Bismol. That's the only way. I mean, like, do you see her office? Like she went through there with like a whole pack of.
I think that's where the stereotypes of boys like blue and girls like pink come from, because how much pink she had.
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. If she had all that blue, I'd still be like, I hate this woman.
I know. That's where I think that stereotype comes from.
Yeah, she really was like taking the whole. I don't know. I don't like her. It's hard. It really is hard to separate her from.
I know. I can't watch any other movie with her in it.
I mean, she's good in the Downton Abbey movies.
Yes, but still, every time I see her, I just want to strangle her.
It's like, is this about
I'm sure she's a lovely woman in person. I just will never find out.
She is a treat. Like, I've seen videos. She's a wonderful woman. But, oh my gosh, you just want to be like, and she did her job. She did her job. Yes. She got the paycheck, but she did it to the best.
Yes.
Okay. So my number 18 is Marriage Story, released in 2019, directed by Noah Baumbach, starring Adam Driver, Scarlett Johansson, Alan Alda, Ray Liotta, Laura Dern, so many other people, including Merritt Weaver. Sad movie, made me weep like a baby. Noah Baumbach's incisive and compassionate look at marriage, breaking up, and a family staying together. Makes me cry. I shouldn't own this movie, but I do, and I still cry. Beautiful movie, made me look at Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson as actual actors instead of franchise. Like,
yes.
Like they're just getting it for the paycheck. They actually deliver fantastic performances. Yes. And they both got nominated that year. Scarlett Johansson was a double nominee, actress and supporting actress. I have both of the movies, and she did the work wonderfully in both. So
I have not seen Jojo Rabbit, but I do want to watch it. But from what I've seen of her performance in that movie,
great in Jojo Rabbit. I have that movie. You need to watch Marriage Stories.
Yes.
You weep like a baby, but it was worth it.
Sometimes you need a good cry.
Yes, good cry counts. Real men cry, guys.
Okay. My number 19 is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, released in 2009, directed by David Yates. As Harry Potter begins his 6th year at Hogwarts, he discovers an old book marked the property of the Half-Blood Prince and begins to learn more about Lord Voldemort's dark past. The book goes way more into detail about this, and the book of the Half-Blood Prince plays a much bigger part in the story than it does in the movie. Very, very, very good movie, in my opinion. Probably one of the best Harry Potter films that they have made. And it is fantastic.
I didn't finish it, so when we get to Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, I also didn't watch that yet, so I can't say anything. It'll all be on.
No.
I'm sorry.
You should be. You should be.
I failed. Okay, so my number 19 is The Breakfast Club, released in 1985, directed by the incredible John Hughes, who wrote Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Uncle Buck, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and Home Alone. So, congratulations, John. Sadly, he's no longer with us. Wish he was. 5 high school students meet in a Saturday detention and discover how they have a great deal more in common than they thought. Makes me cry. It's a fantastic movie. Don't You Forget About Me. It's just an incredible song. The fist pump at the end is just great, iconic, just fantastic. Bender is very disturbed, and the principal's just that's the nicest way. Respect your principles, folks, but not that principal.
Yeah.
Horrible human being. Yes. Anyway. He swears at children, so if that tells you anything, he should have been fired, but that was the 80s. We don't know how they were.
So with my list, we are finally at the end of the franchises, and we go on to individual movies with me.
See, guys,
It's a relief.
You probably are like, oh, thank God.
Yes, they probably skipped over all mine.
Yeah,
anyways.
they probably like, oh my gosh, it's him again.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So this has been condensed into one, since it's part 1 and 2. But Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, released in 2010 and 2011, directed by David Yates. As Harry, Ron, and Hermione race against time and evil to destroy the Horcruxes, they uncover the existence of 3 most powerful objects in the wizarding world, the Deathly Hallows, also searching for Voldemort's remaining Horcruxes in their effort to destroy the Dark Lord as the final battle rages on at Hogwarts. Very good movie. Once again, it shows how the past of like Harry's history, how he went on to become an orphan, and like Voldemort's history as well. It explains a lot of these throughout the movies, and just very, very good movie, very good storytelling, and the final battle is just chef's kiss, just very good.
My number 20 is E.T., the Extraterrestrial, released in 1982, directed by Steven Spielberg. A troubled child summons the courage to help a friendly alien escape from Earth and return to his home planet. Fantastic score by John Williams. It was written by Harrison Ford's wife before they divorced, and he married Calista Flockhart. Melissa Matheson, she wrote this and got nominated for the original screenplay Oscar. And beautiful movie, sad movie. E.T. is adorable. People who say he's ugly,
you should look in a mirror.
shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. Drew Barrymore is also cute in this movie. But fantastic. And a fun fact that they wanted M&M's to feed him, and Mars wouldn't release them. They were like, no, we don't want M&M's in this weird movie. And then Hershey's was like, you can use Reese's Pieces, and then Reese's Pieces sales skyrocketed, and M&M sales dropped. So guess what, guys?
Reese's Pieces for the win.
Yes. Hershey's is better. Proven fact.
Yes. By an animatronic.
Yes, by a alien.
Yes. Okay. My number 21, we are finally out of franchises, is Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which was released in 2014, directed by the brothers Joe and Anthony Russo. As Steve Rogers struggles to embrace his role in the modern world, he teams up with a fellow Avenger and S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, Black Widow, to battle a new threat from history, a assassin known as the Winter Soldier. Very, very good movie. Sebastian Stan does a phenomenal job as the Winter Soldier.
So does Robert Redford as Pierce. Yes. Oh, he's so evil.
Yes.
I love Robert Redford. So
that is
him and Paul Newman. I'm like, you guys have my heart, but man, you guys sometimes play some bad people.
This is another role that I believe was cast perfectly, which was Sebastian Stan as the Winter Soldier. Like, could not have gotten anyone better. The Winter Soldier's score in this movie is fantastic. The real high-pitched note is actually his scream from the first Captain America movie when he falls off the train. That audio was isolated and drawn out and toned in a way where it is his main score. So every time you hear the Winter Soldier's theme when he shows up on screen is actually Sebastian Stan's scream from the first Captain America movie.
Did not know that, but
Yes.
Okay, so my number 21 is Jaws, released in 1975. Great year for cinema, guys. Fantastic. Directed by Steven Spielberg. Yet again, 2 consecutive Spielbergs. Yes, I know it's a bit redundant, but who cares? Starring Robert Shaw, Roy Scheider, and Richard Dreyfuss. When a killer shark unleashes chaos on a beach community off Cape Cod, it's up to a local sheriff, marine biologist, and an old seafarer to hunt the beast down. Fantastic movie. People are like, it's not a horror movie. It's a thriller. What? It is a horror movie. Okay? There's no such thing as a shark that has the knowledge to tear a boat apart and eat or try to kill everyone on board. There is no way. That is eluding capture and coming back and eluding capture and coming back again and again and again. It's a monster. There's no other way. And they were having trouble with the shark. They named it Bruce after Spielberg's attorney, who evidently was causing problems on set. And just the movie was almost not made like Star Wars, but because they went over budget, they put all they got in it. They made it was the first, considered the first summer blockbuster we ever had. That's what really boosted everything off. And won Oscars for editing. John Williams' score yet again. He's the master guys. 52 nominations to prove it. And I think that's it. It was editing and score. I don't know if they have any other wins, but that's some good wins right there.
Very strange fact about this my mother told me. Because, so she told me that when this movie came out, people were so scared by it that they wanted to have nothing to do with water. And she knew someone who was so scared, or knew of someone who was so scared by this movie that they didn't even like to use their toilet. That's how scared of water they were.
Hilarious. Jaws is not going to come through your toilet, because I promise you that toilet will not be under you if Jaws try to come through your toilet. So
yes.
Just giving you all ease and comfort.
Yes. Yes. My number 22 is Spider-Man 3, released in 2007, directed by Sam Raimi. A strange black entity from another world bonds with Peter Parker and causes inner turmoil as he contends with new villains, temptations, and revenge. A very, very good story, once again, about dealing with inner demons as the symbiote brings them to light, as Peter Parker did not realize that he had all of these angers built up inside of him.
Dawson has some inner demons he's working through by watching movies.
Yeah, one or two.
That's okay.
Yeah. I love how they treated the story of Sandman in this movie. He is doing bad things for the right reasons.
He's a very tragic character.
Yes. Doing bad things for the right reasons.
I watched the trilogy when it came out on Disney Plus. Like I watched it consecutively in 3 nights, and I was like, "This is great." I forgot how good it is.
Yes, April 26th they are re-released. They are beginning where every Monday, or is it the 29th?
I don't remember now.
It's one of the 20th in April. Every Monday for the next couple of weeks after, they are re-releasing every Spider-Man movie in chronological order.
And on May the 4th, they're starting Star Wars 2. So there we go, guys.
May the 3rd.
Oh, May the 3rd. I'm sorry. May the 4th is no longer with us. It's May the 3rd. Okay. So my number 22 is Whiplash, released in 2014, directed by Damien Chazelle, starring Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons. A promising young drummer enrolls at a cutthroat music conservatory where his dreams of greatness are mentored by an instructor who will stop at nothing to realize a student's potential. It's a movie about obsession, a movie about just really putting your all into your craft, but it's your all to where it's self-torture. Just Miles Teller really goes through it in this movie. Bad enough to where his hands bleed and has to dip it in buckets of ice and water. Just, it's painful because you can see the cuts, they're deep, because he's just drumming away, and J.K. Simmons like, again, and he's just drumming away. You think it sounds perfect, but he's like, no, again and again and again and again and again. It's just it's a stressful. It will make you sweat, and there's no guns, there's no like over the top violence or anything in this movie. It's very stress inducing. It's intense. And J.K. Simmons deservedly won the Oscar for it, because every time he does a movie, he just gives it his all. I'm a big J.K. Simmons fan.
You're saying he just is constantly repeating the same thing, even though it sounds perfect. That is, like, a lot of people are like, well, if it's perfect, why does he need to keep doing it? Practice makes perfect. If you're perfect now, doesn't mean you're always going to be perfect. You got to keep at it. You got to keep going. Part.
It's just, it's a vicious cycle.
Yes. You have to stick with something to be good at it. My number 23, Jurassic Park 2: The Lost World, released in 1997, directed by Steven Spielberg. A research team is sent to Jurassic Park Site B Island to study the dinosaurs there while an engine team approaches with another agenda.
Oh.
I've
sorry.
I very much like this movie as it shows another side other than just the straight horror of the dinosaurs. It shows more of the backstory of why they wanted to create the parks and bring the dinosaurs back to life. And it also shows that just because the company behind what created these things seem good doesn't mean that they always are good. And it shows that basically the big executives are just money hungry.
Making faces at us. Okay, my number 23 does not sound like a family-friendly film, but I promise you I watched it. It's interesting for the title of it. Oh my gosh, there's flipping off happening everywhere. God help us. This is a family podcast.
It was an actual.
Jeez. Actually, I can't say that because the title of my next movie sounds very unfamily friendly. To be honest with you, it is. Oh my gosh. Oh jeez. Okay, it is called Sex, Lies, and Videotape, released in 1989, directed by Steven Soderbergh. Well, guess what? It shows no sex, but there are plenty of lies, and there's some videotape.
Is the sex the lie?
No.
Oh.
I mean, they do talk about it, but that's about it. I mean, they get to kissing, and then it just cuts off. There's like...
So
there's
it emphasizes.
It emphasizes. There's no nudity. There's no, it's none of that. It's actually like... I was like, man, this movie's actually quite clean. I think it had 4 or 5 F-bombs. That was about it. It was like a surprisingly clean movie for the title that it has, but I was like, wow. Okay, so a sexually repressed woman's husband is having an affair with her sister. The arrival of a visitor with a rather unusual fetish. I don't know why he's impotent, so that means he can't do it. So changes everything. Well, it's this summary's a horrible description once again. But IMDb, work on it, man. Yes. Work on it.
The summaries don't do anything in comparison to actually watching the movie.
It was a great movie. I watched it and I was like, holy crap, this is the guy who brought us Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, the Magic Mike movies, Logan Lucky, Out of Sight, The Limey. See, Soderbergh's great, but yeah, it was what launched him, and then it kind of unlaunched him at the same time, because he made 3 failures after this, and he didn't get anything really good made until Out of Sight, but we had that episode, guys, but that episode deleted itself, so I'm sorry. I'll have to read it. We almost had Out of Sight episode. Sorry.
My next movie is a complete 180 from that. My number 24 is the movie Up, released in 2009, directed by Pete Docter. A 78-year-old Carl Fredricksen travels to Paradise Fall in his house equipped with balloons, and eventually taking a young stowaway. I pronounced that horribly wrong, I am sure.
No, you're good.
Yay! A very good movie describing loss and how to deal with losing a loved one, and just very, very sad movie overall. Yes. Makes me cry every time.
Russell. Great cast of side characters. Russell, Doug, Kevin, just some great ones.
It's a very sad movie.
Yeah, I don't know how Russell still ended up on that house when it flew up in the air and didn't die of no oxygen. But movies,
we leave those up to speculation.
Okay, so my number 24 is... it's also the winner of animated feature and original score.
Yes.
So, yes. Deserve those Oscars. Yes. First 5 minutes makes you cry. If you don't cry, you're a sociopath. And yes, I said it.
You need to be locked away.
Mm-hmm. So my number 24 is Network, released in 1976, directed by Sidney Lumet, starring Peter Finch, William Holden. Jeez, I don't know why I stopped that. Maybe like 2 separate names. Okay, Faye Dunaway, Beatrice Straight, Ned Beatty, Robert Duvall. Stat cast. A television network cynically exploits a deranged former anchor's ravings and revelations about the news media for its own profit, but finds that his message may be difficult to control In the past years, we've seen plenty of about fake news, and this movie's from the 70s, and it's about fake news. So, guys, wow, look at that.
Predicting the future.
Predicting the future, and it won original screenplay for Patty Chayefsky, who beat Sylvester Stallone's 3-week script of Rocky. I don't know how we feel about that, but I feel pretty good because Network is awesome.
Yes,
it's a great movie. Everyone must, and it was Peter Finch won the Oscar posthumously because he passed of a heart attack right before the Oscars, and he was the first actor to win. The second actor was none other than the legend, another Australian legend, Heath Ledger.
Yes,
for The Dark Knight. Who beat Robert Downey Jr. for Tropic Thunder, but guys, don't be upset. We all know he won the Oscar for Oppenheimer, so we can all throw that away and just accept the fact that he has a gold man in his house. Trust me, Dawson knows. I've sent plenty of pictures of Robert with his Oscar.
Very well deserved.
Like, oh, and then he didn't know Cillian Murphy won, and then I showed him that.
I don't keep up with the Oscars like you.
See,
I'm getting into a different profession.
Yes.
Okay.
See, I'm like, I've got to know this.
Yes. My final movie, which is number 25, would be Cars 3, released in 2017, directed by Brian Fee. Lightning McQueen sets out to prove to a new generation of racers that he's still the best race car in the world. A very good movie explaining how eventually you are going to be replaced by the new generation, and I have to come to terms with that and accept that. It's very reminiscent of what I'm wanting to get into, which is mixed martial arts. Very, very reminiscent, because you will see that happen almost every day, where the old generation is filtering out and the new generation is taking over. And just like Cars 3, most of the time it's a very sad example of it happening.
My number 25 is Beauty and the Beast, released in 1991. We are not talking about the Dan Stevens and Emma Stone versions. Not Emma Stone, Emma Watson. I will not curse Emma Stone that way. Emma, we love you. Emma Stone, we love you. Emma Watson, I'm sorry.
She did good in Harry Potter.
Yeah, she did. You did great in Harry Potter and Little Women. Beauty and the Beast, I'm so sorry. Just not cutting it. That movie just didn't cut it, period. I'm sorry. Directed by Gary Truesdale and Kirk Wise, a prince cursed to spend his days as a hideous monster sets out to regain his humanity by earning a young woman's love. And also a narcissist who wants to be with said young woman just ends up wanting to kill the beast.
Gaston needs to be arrested.
Is an airhead.
Yes.
And how anyone thought he was a great guy is stupid, because he literally just screams butthole, and they're just like, this guy's great. And he's just like, oh, look how gorgeous I am. He's the kindest guy ever. It's like, guys, he's a narcissist.
Yes. He needs to be
You guys are
punched.
blinded. Yes, he does. And so glad that the Beast knocked him off, because I could not imagine. Great songs, too. Fantastic movie. Also went in competition with The Silence of the Lambs. And for Best Picture, it was the only animated movie to do so. And it got 3 nominations for original song. So if it wasn't going to win one, it was going to win another.
Disney always has original songs.
They have like 47 nominations for original song. That's a lot of movies.
Well, they probably have that many songs with each movie.
Oh, jeez. They have a lot. So that's the closing of our 25 versus 25. Vote on Instagram for your favorite. And we all know it's going to be me. Or a bunch of losers will all vote for Dawson. I will be heartbroken. But that's okay.
I'll back you up. Don't worry.
It's okay. Next episode will be in honor of our friend who works with us, Ashley Gardner. And the episode will be Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I haven't seen it, but let's see how it goes. Thanks for listening. And follow Dawson Dillard at what?
Dawson Dillard _MMA on Instagram.
Yes. And you know my page, because I will be posting it on the Insta. So thanks for listening. Bye.
Goodbye.